My name is Isobel Wallerbridge, and I'm the composer of the score for the film The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse. I first started working with Charlie, it must have been, in 2020 when I first wrote to him, because my brother gave me Charlie's book in 2019, and I totally fell in love with it. And then I wrote to Charlie saying how much I loved it, and that I thought that it would make a wonderful piece of theatre. And he wrote back to me and said thank you, and then we just started chatting. And then he said, well, we're actually making a film. Would you like to write the score for that? And I said yes. Working with Charlie, it was slightly different actually in terms of a process of other film scores that I've written on, largely because we had so much time, because there was probably about a year of sketching of ideas before we actually got to the kind of official scoring process. And in that time, Charlie and I spoke loads about life and his work and of course the story of the book and also the genesis of it, where it came from, and we just sort of got to know each other, which is a really important part, I think, of any kind of creative collaboration. And it was a real luxury that we had so much time, so that when it actually came to scoring it, I really had a sense of what I think the score needed to do and what Charlie wanted the music to do, and what he sort of wanted the sound of the film in general to be like. One of the things that I actually found challenging was striking a good balance between the music and the sound being comforting, but also having tension and the right amount of tension without being too frightening. And there were a couple of moments, particularly there's one when the mole falls into the river. That was challenging because it needed to be, apart from the fact that it needed to hit lots and lots of different points, it also needed to be quite scary. But also I've realised that there was a pattern in how I was scoring. So whenever there was something scary, because usually in a scene with the dialogue, something scary happens and then there's a resolution. Somebody has confessed something, then there's always a sort of sense of comfort and togetherness at the end. And that I realised that I was always using the piano at the end of those scenes to kind of bring them all back together. We have a 40-piece orchestra. There's a big percussion section. We've got the brass and all the strings, amazing soloists. It's a beautiful room. The lighting is sort of exquisite. I mean, I can't even tell you how exciting it is for all of us. My hope for people watching the film for the first time, to feel like whatever they've experienced in their life, that somehow they're not alone in perhaps some of the challenges that they have faced. A lot of the film is about kindness and friendship and asking for help, and I think they're really powerful messages, and so that is one of the things that I hope that people take away when they see the film, is they feel seen somehow.